So in the world of iPads, iPad Pros, iPad Airs, Samsung Galaxy Tab, there's this one tablet called the Redmi Pad from Xiaomi, and this one is a budget-friendly tablet unlike the ones I mentioned earlier. So this retails for 299 euros for the 364GB variant and 329 euros for the 128GB variant. So what does this tablet offer at such an affordable price? Let's find out. When you look at it, you are not going to think of it as an affordable tablet because this one is made out of aluminum, the back and the frame as well, and the matte finish. This adds a hint of premiumness to this device as well, and it is a pretty slick looking device and it does not feel heavy in the hands either. So yeah, Xiaomi has done a really good job with the design. And one thing you can clearly notice is this camera module. So it seems inspired from the Apple iPad Pro, but it does have a single lens only. And likewise, for ports and buttons, we have the power button on the top right along with two speakers. On the right side, there are volume buttons and there's a micro SD card slot as well, so you can extend the storage via external micro SD. On the bottom, we have the USB Type-C port flanked by two speakers. So you're getting a quad speaker setup here, which is quite nice. But it does miss out on the fingerprint sensor, and it does not come with any kind of IP rating as well. There is no official IP rating. Likewise, there is no cellular support on this tablet. The 10-inch Full HD IPS panel of the Redmi Pad is a good one. The screen real estate is more than good enough, and the brightness is also really good. I did not have any problems using it outdoors. Likewise, it is also a 10-bit panel, so the colors are really vibrant, vivid, and the viewing angle is also great. So I have to say I enjoyed watching videos on the Redmi Pad. I even watched some of the ongoing FIFA 2022 World Cup matches on this, and experience was really good. Though the black levels are not as good as the AMOLED panel, I do not have any complaints regarding this IPS panel. And likewise, it also comes with wideband L1 certification for Netflix, so you can play full HD videos on Netflix as well. It is a 90Hz panel as well, and the smoothness is really good, but it does offer you an option to choose a dynamic refresh rate, which automatically adjusts the refresh rate for better battery optimization. But I do prefer the 90Hz mode for this one because on a bigger screen like this, the 60Hz mode can seem a bit sluggish, especially if you are already used to some higher refresh rate displays. Now moving on to the quad speaker system, it is certified by Dolby Atmos and they are above average. Well, I would have liked a bit more punchier and warmer sound profile, but for a budget tablet, this one is a really good sounding speaker, unless you're comparing it with the Apple iPad or some of the Samsung tablets obviously, but this one will do just fine. Onto the hardware of the Redmi Pad, this one is using the Helio G99 chipset from MediaTek, which is an overclocked version of the older G96 chipset from MediaTek, but this one is built on much more efficient 6nm process compared to the 12nm process of the G96, and there is a lot of improvement. This one feels much more sleeker in terms of performance, much more smoother. Opening apps and opening multiple apps is smooth, and even if you use two apps at the same time, this one feels smooth enough. And this one is a very good performer when it comes to benchmarks as well. And it is decent at gaming too. Call of Duty Mobile can be played at high frame rate option with both low and medium graphics settings. Redmi Tab performs well in both settings as it averages 59.9 FPS with negligible frame drops and zero stutters. For Genshin Impact, we tested the game at the lowest graphics settings capped at 30 FPS and it averages 30 FPS, but we did notice occasional frame drops along with 0.2% stutter. Onto the cameras, the Redmi Pad has a single 8-megapixel camera on the rear and a fixed focus 8-megapixel front camera on the front for selfies. So the photos from the main camera look quite good. They are sharp and have vibrant colors. I think it's more than decent for a tablet. Likewise, it can capture up to 1080p 30 FPS and the videos are good enough, more than good enough for occasional meetings and video calls. The front camera is a wider one with a 105 degrees of field of view, so it does give you a wider frame, but it is a fixed focus camera, so the photos will not be as sharp as I would like it to be. Likewise, you can also capture up to 1080p 30 fps videos, but the videos are just decent, good enough for video calls and meetings, but it would not give you good selfies. Now in terms of battery life, this one has a 8000 mAh battery, which is good enough but not excellent. So with my moderate usage, which includes watching Netflix most of the time, I was getting around 10 to 11 hours of screen on time, which is nice. For charging, it does have a 22.5 watt charger in the box, but it only supports 18 watt charging, which takes around 2 hours 40 minutes to charge this tablet from 0 to 100. So this one comes with Xiaomi's MIUI 13.1 on top of Android 12 out of the box, optimized for tablets. And Xiaomi has promised 2 years of OS updates, so it should get Android 14 and also 3 years of security patches. It does not have any premium features like Samsung's DeX, but it does come with optimized dual pane settings page, which lets you easily access and navigate around the settings in both portrait and landscape mode. Likewise, there's this new dock feature which you can enable when you're inside any app by swiping up like this from the bottom, and then you can hold and drag any app icons and swipe it to the edge to open up in a multi-window mode. Likewise, you can also open apps in floating window mode, and you can have 2 floating window mode at a time, which is pretty useful if you're doing any multitasking. So should you buy the Redmi Pad? Yes, you definitely should. It has a good display, good performance, good build quality with quad speaker system, and the battery life is decent as well, and I think this is all what most people will need in a good tablet. So yes, for a budget tablet, the Redmi Pad is a really good one. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys liked it, and if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, do hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications. Until next time, namaste.